The family of the woman responsible for the Lakewood megachurch shooting tells of the warning signs.
Happy Chinese New Year! See how Denton is celebrating the Year of the Dragon.
And later, find out how you can go all out for the one you love without breaking the bank.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Kennedy McGregor.
And I'm Drew Maurer. During Super Bowl 58 on Sunday, Israel launched a bombing raid on Rafah in the Gaza Strip, leaving more than 100 dead. Rafah, the most densely populated area on Earth, was housing over 1 million refugees who fled from Gaza City. The Israeli military claimed they launched the attack to extract 2 hostages who were being held in Rafah. As a result of the airstrikes, the tension between the Biden administration and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is said to have intensified. United States officials are still gathering information on the rescue operation, but say the high rate of deaths and casualties have become deeply worrisome.
Well, Drew, when I stepped out this morning, I was not expecting it to be so chilly.
I agree, Kennedy. And when will this cold weather end? I don't know, but our weather anchor, Jalen Tucker, does. How's it looking over there, Jalen?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm not pretty sure on that little chilly weather. I think it's still going to be around as we can look at our current conditions right now. We're looking at the current weather right now. It is 57 degrees, but it feels like 55, probably because of that wind speed. It is traveling from south, 8 miles per hour. And looking at tonight's conditions going tonight, it's going to be 54 degrees, so 52, so a little bit chilly going into the evening. So if you have any evening plans tonight, make sure you just bundle up. As you can see, that wind speed being 7 miles per hour coming from the southeast. Now looking at tomorrow's conditions going into, Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so it's going to be 61 degrees, feeling like 59, but that wind speed is coming in pretty fast at 15 miles per hour. So if you're planning to have a little picnic or anything like that for your Valentine's date, just be mindful it is going to be a little windy. But I will come back later in the show with the full weather report. So back to the desk.
Thanks, Jalen. A crash between a woman and a U-Haul truck has led to a tragic loss. Reporter Crystal Cooper is on the scene where last night the Denton Police Department was cleaning up a tragic scene. Crystal?
That's right, Drew. Last night at around 6:35 p.m., a woman was reported walking southbound on the Interstate 35. It took the fire department about 10 minutes to arrive at the scene of a crash between the woman and a U-Haul truck. The Denton Police Department confirmed that the woman has passed and the driver is suffering minor injuries. The Tarrant County Medical Examiner has not yet released the woman's identity, and why the woman was walking on the Interstate 35 is still unknown. Although all southbound lanes were closed last night during the crash, they have now obviously reopened. But that's all I have for you guys today, so back to you at the desk, Kennedy.
Local activist organization Free Palestine Denton took a stand calling for a ceasefire resolution during a weekly city council meeting. 7 people spoke during the public comment section who were also supported by 50+ people who were in favor of the resolution. This was just a fraction of the amount of support that's being advocated across the country. Chicago was the first major city to call for a ceasefire, which gave many others a hope to have their city follow suit. Former City Councilwoman and English professor Deborah R. Minter was one of the speakers at the meeting who expressed her frustration with the council's lack of action and mindfulness of the will of the people they represent.
Authorities have identified the woman who opened fire at televangelist Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Houston on Sunday. 36-year-old Janesse Yvonne Moreno is said to have a criminal background and known history of mental illness. Officials said she had her 7-year-old son with her when she walked in the church and began shooting. 2 off-duty officers at the scene after Moreno pointed her weapon in their direction. Officials said that gunfire left Moreno's son in critical condition and one man injured. It's unclear who fired the shot that injured the child, and police have not shared a possible motive. Coming up, we will provide everyone with some safety driving tips.
Are you wondering how you can celebrate Chinese New Year? UNT has got you covered.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
I've noticed it before.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
I keep like leaning on the desk.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do. Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon.
Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove. I'm not sure.
Lunar New Year was this past weekend, right, Kennedy?
It sure was, Drew. It's the year of the dragon, and there were some interesting activities on campus to celebrate. Jordan Benvenides has more on it. Jordan?
Absolutely, guys. This past week, UNT celebrated Lunar New Year with its students both on and off campus. University Program Council, or UPC, partnered with the Chinese Students and Scholars Association to provide a uniquely immersive experience. The festival featured dumplings, fortunes, crafts, and even lion dancers, all of which are staples and traditions surrounding the spring festival. The UPC brought the celebration to Plano as well when UNT's Chinese ensemble made an appearance to play traditional folk music and parade music when performing for the community of Plano. With the holiday being celebrated by over 2 billion people worldwide, UNT made a great effort to bring an authentic experience to its diverse community of students. Now, after all of this talk about the annual Spring Festival, let's cross our fingers and hope for some spring weather. Jalen?
Yes, Jordan, let's look at that spring weather. I'm looking across North Texas. I'm not seeing much springy type weather. Here in Denton, it's going to be 62. So we're looking at that lower end there. In Decatur, 62. I mean, overall, as you can see, we're looking in the lower 60s. I mean, even in Dallas, it's 62. But in Stephenville, they're a little lucky there. It's 65 degrees. So just make sure that you pack maybe like a little light jacket, maybe wear some long sleeves, some pants just to stay warm. Let's look around across the region now. As you can see, In Abilene, it's 66 degrees, so they're looking a little warmer there in Abilene. As you can see, up north at Oklahoma City and Amarillo, it is in the lower 60s, upper 50s, 58 and 59. In El Paso, it's 63 degrees, so a little cooler there over there in El Paso. In Austin, Texas, down a little bit south there, it's 66, so maybe they could come out with the short sleeves. In Houston, 64, and in Shreveport, it is 61. Now let's look at our 7-day weekcast. As you guys know, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so we're looking at the weather for there. It's going to be the high, like upper 60s, 68 and 49. Looking at on Thursday and Friday, still in those upper 60s, but the lowers looking in the 50s and 30s. Now going into the weekend, the weather is going to drop, so we're looking at and it's the high 30 on Saturday, so a little chilly out there. But on Sunday, you're still going to see 59s, upper 50s, low 40s. Going into Monday and Tuesday, we're looking at 68 degrees, the low being 45, and 70, so nice warm day on Tuesday, but the low being 48. That's all I have for weather. Back to the desk.
Well, Drew, I don't know about you, but it feels like driving in Texas gets more dangerous by the day.
I agree. It feels like we're driving in the epicenter of chaos.
Well, unfortunately, it's tested and true. A recent Forbes study ranked cities with the worst drivers. And how about this? 6 Texas cities made it into the top 25 of that list, with Dallas and Fort Worth ranking 6 and 9. Dallas scored the worst of all cities analyzed for fatal crashes involving a drunk driver.
Wow, that is a shocking splash of hard truth.
Yes, it's a sad truth, but it's one that we can combat by taking our on-road responsibilities more seriously. With the weather warming up soon, we're out having fun, hanging out late, and we want to be safe. Here's a few tips to protect not only yourself, but others on the road.
It sounds cliche, but always wear your seatbelt. You can reduce your risk of fatal injuries by 45%. Just by buckling up. Also, limit your distractions. It's tempting to check your social media timeline while waiting at traffic lights, but the short-lived ease of boredom is not worth the significant risk of driving distracted.
That's right. Also, avoid tailgating or closely following cars on the road. If you plan your trip ahead, you won't feel the need to rush other drivers out of your way. As I like to say, proper planning prevents poor performance.
I totally agree. And finally, if you're venturing on a long road trip through the state, remember to take frequent breaks at an available rest stop along the way.
Yes, together we can make the Lone Star State safer for all of our fellow Texans. Tight on a budget this Valentine's Day? After the break, we'll share some affordable activities.
Wonder what basketball made another triple-double? We'll be running through the details after the break.
Located at the University of North Texas. It has computers, printers, and the building is open 24/7. By going online, you can book up to an hour of reserved space in one of the many private study rooms. Many of them are equipped with whiteboards, a table, and a TV to hook up to your computer. Textbooks can be checked out for free with a student ID. They also have many of these in ebook forms. This is still a library, so always remember to be quiet and respectful of other surroundings, especially in certain places where talking is not allowed. For example, the 3rd and 4th floor are completely quiet. As you can see, Willis Library has many options for students, with it offering many media sources and staying open all the time.
There's no harm in wanting to have fun while in college, but it's easy to lose track of how much you've had. Apps like Drink Control and Alkadroid can help keep track of your consumption and blood alcohol levels. If you or someone else does drink too much, the signs of alcohol poisoning are as follows: pale skin, vomiting, confusion, low body temperatures, irregular breathing, blacking out, and it's hard to wake up or cannot be woken up.
Dude, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Wake up.
It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to be responsible. If you suspect someone is suffering from alcohol poisoning, get help immediately. You will not get in trouble for seeking help if you are underage. For more info and resources, go to UNT's Division of Student Affairs.
wrong? Are you stuck in your paper?
Pretty much. I haven't written anything in like an hour.
Why don't you check out the Writing Center at UNT?
Well, how do I meet up with them?
All you have to do to make an appointment is visit the Writing Center's website and either call the number or email writingcenter@unt.edu. The appointment is 30 minutes long, and the trained tutors will be able to help with brainstorming, correcting grammar, ensuring clarity, and a wide range of services. They also do walk-in appointments.
That sounds awesome. I'm gonna check them out.
So, when's this paper due?
30 minutes.
For more information, visit the UNT Writing Center's website.
Yeah, it's 6 pages.
Are you behind on your credit hours? Got more time on your hands this winter? Then you need to sign up for winter sessions. Do not delay, sign up today. Visit registration.unt.edu/winter session for more information or see your advisor.
Today is February 13th, and that means Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I gotta be honest, Kennedy, I'm kind of stressing. Do you have any last-minute date ideas?
I really don't, Drew. But our segment anchor, Paisley McGee, has some really neat date ideas. Paisley?
Well, thanks to Jalen, we know the weather is going to be nice and sunny on Valentine's Day. So here are some inexpensive activities to do around the Denton area with you and your sweetheart. If you did not know, the city of Denton has several murals hidden around the town and around the square, making it a fun activity to explore. But if you and your Valentine prefer to work up a sweat, there are several parks to take a hike or a stroll at, such as Clear Creek Natural Heritage Center. And if you and your date get tired from all the walking, take a break downtown and play some very fun games at D20 Tavern or Free Play. Those were only a couple of date ideas on a dime, but if you want to find even more activities to do on Valentine's Day, go to discoverdenton.com/Valentines. That's all for my story. Back to y'all at the desk.
Well, Drew, speaking of Denton on a dime, how about Patrick Mahomes dropping dimes?
Man, that's right. He was making plays all over the field this past Sunday, but I know there was more to this game, so let's head over to our sports anchor, Trey Francis, to tell us more. Trey?
Thanks, Drew. That's right. The Super Bowl was a nail biter this year. Literally, we saw Taylor Swift biting her nails. After the break, I'll have the Super Bowl breakdown as well as our Mavericks and Stars action, so don't go anywhere. I saw it in program, so I started reading. Like I was watching that screen back there, and I saw it was on there. Huh? They'd already cleared it, so I saw myself on. No, you're all good. It happens. I won't do that.
And now we return to Fabric of Passion.
Oh, Hector, it will be so hard for us to part, but we must.
But, my love, what did I do? I thought we were meant to be together forever.
I am so disheartened to say that you're just not in style anymore. But you will be, to someone else, in a better place.
You're gonna shred me?
No.
I'm donating you to one of the many clothing donation boxes available on campus. There is one in the Union by the Syndicate and one on Union Circle Drive.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say so? I'm gonna be someone's new shirt.
I thought you'd be more distressed.
Oh, absolutely not. It was cramped in your closet anyways.
Maybe you would like to be shredded after all.
deja vu. That's right, we are saying the same thing this year that we did last year. The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champs and Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. It was a highly contested Super Bowl and the most watched telecast of all time with a whopping 123.4 million viewers. Now to the X's and O's. This defensive battle forced a 10-3 halftime score with the 49ers taking the early lead. The second half consisted of a back-and-forth game, taking this one to overtime. The first drive of overtime for the 49ers, they settled with a field goal, and Mahomes knew just what he needed. They drove down and capped it off with a 3-yard touchdown pass to McCole Hardman to seal the deal and hold up the Lombardi Trophy for a second straight year. Who knows, maybe that'll be the Cowboys next year. The Dallas Mavericks defeated the Washington Wizards last night, winning their 5th straight game with a score of 112-104. The additions of P.J. Washington and Daniel Gafford have been a big part of the team's recent success on both sides of the ball. On the offensive side, it was Luka Doncic recording another triple-double. Him and Kyrie got it done with 26 points apiece, and Gafford added to that with a double-double, scoring 16 points and 17 rebounds. It seems like the Mavericks are starting to finally find their touch. The Mavericks face off against Victor Wembanyama and his Spurs tomorrow night at the American Airlines Center. Now to the Dallas Stars. They ended their road trip in Montreal against Canadiens on Saturday. The Canadiens put up an early goal in the second period, but the Stars fired back with 3 goals of their own, 2 of them coming back-to-back from center Tyler Seguin. The second period was eventful as all the goals were scored in those 20 minutes. The Stars win with a score of 3-2, maintaining their lead at the top of the Western Conference, as well as in the talks for being one of the best teams across the league. They hope to keep this up tonight when the Carolina Hurricanes come to town at 7 p.m. at American Airlines Center. That's all I've got for sports. Now back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Trey. Well, ever heard of University Allstars? If you don't know them, now you will. University Allstars creates collectibles that allow collegiate athletes to profit off their name, image, and likeness. Athletes are bringing an entirely new dimension to realizing their professional dream, one trading card at a time. Take a look.
The annual Shrine Bowl is a place for NFL draft hopeful athletes like Kentucky's Devin Leary to make their mark. For Scott Terrell of University Allstars, it's a place for him to make his mark too.
So we did the Shrine Bowl last year, and it was such a huge hit with all the players and the family members that they called us back for a second year. It gives these, kids who are about to go to the NFL something tangible that they can bring with them, and it's their last NIL opportunity before they become pro.
Trading cards have always been a hot commodity in the sports world, but what really makes University Allstars stand out isn't a stick of bubblegum.
I came up with this idea of taking a physical card and making an experience. They're done by famous designers and artists all over the world, so when you see them, they're truly unique. Each one of them is different from itself. That's why we're calling them experiential collectibles. This gives a way for consumers to engage the student athlete in ways they've never been able to gauge.
Scott was kind enough to offer me a card, and I chose to go with Michael Penix Jr., someone who is personal to me.
I always say that collectibles are just sitting on your shelf or in a box collecting dust, where these give something an experience to an everyday fan, which is just, you can't buy that right now. And so we are pioneering in that. We think we're creating some new things that are gonna, transform the entire collectible industry.
Drew Maurer, ntTV News.
Well, as you saw, I have already invested in a card of my own, but if you are interested in investing in a card, please visit uyourallstars.com to view their entire collection. Thanks for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.